Welcome to the underworld of crushing games. I'm Zombie, and today we're gonna be talking about comics. To be precise, we're gonna be talking about Batman Metal, not the song, the comic books, of course. So, where do we start? That's like a big question in comic books. Where do I start? Do I start at number 20? No. Do I start at number 1? Sometimes no. Today, we're gonna be starting with The Forge and Casting. They are side series that you really wouldn't know even have to do with metal, if not for the Dark Days on top. Which makes sense because it's Dark Days. So what we're doing with this is the casting. The casting is kind of like say it was The Forge, metal reference. What I mean by metal is in the series of metal, there's a metal called Nth Metal. Nth Metal is the darkest, evilest. It's like metal has a connotation to it. You know, it's not like just, oh, it's metal, it cuts you. No, it is a connotation of evil. It is like the worst, most evil thing you can imagine this metal brings out. An example would be the Joker who laughs. He deals with Nth Metal. He deals with it so much that it doesn't affect him. Who's Joker who laughs? Who are these characters? What's going on? I'm going to tell you. So, casting's where it starts. Then it goes to the Forge. You don't really need those. To be honest, I don't even remember them that much because they weren't that good. They weren't. Those, I'm just telling you so you know what they are. They help with the story if you don't know. Then, we go to Metal number 1. This is where the story really begins. It's where Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, sorry, he's got like that Spanish last name and it's sometimes hard for me to pronounce. They've been a great team in Batman for a long time. They wrote the original Batman run of like the New 52. Great team. Scott Snyder wrote Swamp Thing. Fantastic. Swamp Thing, one of my favorite runs. Batman also, one of my favorite runs. It got me into comic books again. Fantastic, okay? So they're writing metal. My first thing is like, these guys are great. So of course I'm going to pick it up. And sure enough, I was not disappointed. The first couple pages in this is a gladiator ring style of Justice League characters fighting a Joker dragon. That's just cool, okay? This comic is weird. It's, you know, it's got all these weird like monsters and Batman, evil Batman, which is also like what's going on. So, I'm going to introduce you to the Dark Batman. There's a lot. There's like 8, I think, to be precise. There's 8, and then there's like the head monster. That's Barbados, or Barbatos, depending on how you pronounce things. This is the Doomsday Batman, or Batman the Devastator. He's one of the meanest, baddest ones. He's the strongest. He could take out Superman by sneezing. He's a strong Batman. Batman's intelligence and Superman's strength, God, that's a combo. Like, who would win? Batman Devastator, okay? Lobo went against him, and he threw him into the sun, all right? That's cool. He's a big bad guy, all right? That's about it. He doesn't do much in his universe. He kills Superman because Superman kills everybody else. So these guys are really conflicted. All these guys, they're really conflicted. They have stories that you'll get teary about, you'll get angry about. I felt so many emotions in these characters, okay? The Devastator Batman, his story is basically I'm angry because Superman's bad and I'm killing him. Not much to it. Evil Batman, cool Batman. But not much to it. Now, we're going to get to what I think my co-op partner's favorite version of Batman in the Darkverse is. The Dawnbreaker. I'm not going to say Batman the Dawnbreaker because you guys should know about the video. It's the Dawnbreaker. There's also a pop of him. I think that's a Hot Topic exclusive. I'm pretty sure it is. So he's one of the most sick, twisted ones along with the Batman Who Laughs. Ironically, they're both right there. He's messed up, okay? His family died in front of him just like the regular Batman did, you know? And instead of just being like, the ring came to him because of the willpower of anger and just all these emotions. Well, the ring came to him. He wanted to kill Joe Chill. There we go. He wanted to kill him, you know? He was like, he's a bad guy, killed my family, they got to die. Not really a Batman thing, but, you know, none of these guys really do Batman things. He killed these guys, okay? The ring got corrupted by his darkness inside his heart and made these monsters come out of the ring. He killed everyone in Gotham. He killed Jim Gordon, all right? For no reason, because he didn't want to deal with them. This is when Batman was like a teenager. He willed himself to be an adult. That's messed up. That's the messed up stuff. But, you know, he killed the whole Green Lantern Corps. All the Guardians, everyone. Gauntlet, everybody. All dead. Because His parents died in front of him, which, don't get me wrong, it's messed up, but doesn't mean you kill everyone in the world. So, we're going to go to the next one. Now, to be clear, all of these Batman, their world is falling apart. Okay, so the multiverse theory, because I want to get through this, this kind of popped in my head. So the multiverse theory is the idea that to make room for new universes, old universes have to die. Kind of like an age thing, right? Well, the dark multiverse is all those universes that are just so evil and so dark and corrupted, they just kind of fade away because they're filled with darkness. DC came up with this idea that there's this thing called a dark multiverse, okay? We're going to start seeing that in the new comic books, which we'll get to later, but it is going to start coming out. You'll see more about it. You'll hear more about it. They're going to do like What If comics, which is like a alternate universe. That is where the dark multiverse, this is where all of these characters come from that aren't like the main Batman and stuff. These guys are bad. They're all super bad, okay? This next one, I'm not a super big fan of. It's the Batman Cyborg, what is it? The Murder Machine. That's kind of why I don't like him that much. It's because like his name's not very crafty. Like it's just like, oh, he's Batman the Murder Machine. He sounds like a bad like cover band. So for me, not my favorite Batman. What's he do? He assimilates with the cyborg technology and like the Brother Eye technology kind of thing. He becomes this Robo-Batman. But he also takes out all the feeling, all the love that he would have. He turns everyone in the city into these robots, right? All these like, because we're like, oh, we got that hive mind thing going on. That's not cool. That's not, that's not nice. Not a good guy, like I said, a lot of these Batmen are conflicted, but some of them are just straight out evil. This, straight out evil. He's a robot. If you played Injustice 2, he's the Grid, okay? He's not a good guy. So, we go to our next Batman. I'm going through these kind of quick. If you guys want to see and get more on their history, I can go through a run through. Just let me know, okay? Let me know in the comments. Sorry, my nose itched. This is Batman the Red Death. Now, it was Funko Pop of him. I don't have it yet. I'm not sure if it's out just yet, or by the time this gets on the channel, it might be out. Batman the Red Death is one of the most sad, there's a couple sad ones, but he's one of the most sad characters. All Batman wanted to do was save his family. He wanted to save the world he found out about the dark multiverse and the collapsing. So he went to Barry and strapped into the Batmobile and tried to tap into the Speed Force to stop this. I mean, it's not great. So when he did this, Barry Allen and Bruce Wayne mixed. They became the Red Death, which was this Batman who had no remorse. He used the Speed Force to age his enemies to death, to kill them in any way he could. But he was conflicted because Barry Allen was still in there. Barry Allen wanted to get out. He was like, I don't want to do this. I'm a good guy, The Batman, he kind of started to lose it. Again, he's a really conflicted one. He's the most conflicted. In fact, he's so conflicted that at one point in the series, he becomes a good guy. We're going to talk about the only female Batman in this, but it was kind of a bold choice, to be honest. Batman the Drowned. So, she's a Batman and Aquaman mixed. So in her world, Aquaman and Mera decided to take over Earth. They drown the planet. Her first idea was, I gotta stop this. So she experiments on herself with this DNA. Now, if you've seen the movie, or if you don't know, there's a species called the Deep. They're these cavemen, fishmen people, right? She uses those for her army. The problem is, the Deep's like a plague. They take over everything, they destroy everything, they're hungry, they want more. And they're not good. So she uses them, and of course, no one wins. Like using a nuke, no one wins. It's a bad thing. So she's not the best, but she did it because she lost everyone. She lost her family, she lost the Robins, she lost Catman, I guess it would be. I don't know. She's female Batwoman, so Catman, I guess. They don't really explain that part. She said she lost her love. All right, next one. This is also this is the second most conflicted character, I think. This Batman was in love with Wonder Woman. She died by Ares' hand. Now, if you don't know, Ares is a mythological god of war. And he is a main character. I mean, he's in Injustice. That's another game. That's like the best thing I can reference to for people to understand who he is. He's a god of war, He wants war. So he decides he's going to take over the whole thing, right? Wonder Woman fights to what Batman thought was her death. Batman, in a throw of rage, put on Ares' helmet because it was supposed to have this power to make him the Merciless. Becomes the Merciless. Halfway through the comic, you're thinking, oh, he's doing this because he loved Wonder Woman and because he was in such a rage that he thought she was dead. Sadly, she wasn't dead. She was alive still. She's just knocked unconscious. Batman's a genius. And he's like, oh, she's dead, clearly. I'm not going to check a pulse. I'm just, Okay. But she's alive. And he kills her. I don't know why. He's just rage, just kills her straight out. Like, whatever, dude. I don't know. I don't get that. That's the only one of the characters that I don't understand. It's sad to see, and it's like the Barry Allen Batman, the Red Death. Now, the worst of the worst. The character that almost everyone knows him because he became so evil and such a addictive character that he got his own miniseries is the Batman Who Laughs. He's one of the first Batman pops they released from Metal, and he's one of the worst. So he fights this varnished version of Batman, fights the Joker. The Joker uses a Joker virus that is so strong that it not only makes him laugh and makes him kind of crazy, it makes him the Joker. So that happens. Batman accidentally kills the Joker, and Joker releases this spray that causes Batman to start to slowly become the Joker. And people start going missing, and Superman's like, what's going on? Like, why are all the characters going, where's our list? Marvel's coming to knock down the door, and we're losing money to the MCU. What's going on? And then Batman shows up at the Justice League Tower, and he's with John and Lois. And Superman's like, what the fuck, bro? He's like, why you got my wife and kid? What's going on? Then he noticed Robin come out, and Robin's this just grotesque little gremlin monster, pale and sharp teeth and all that, nasty. Sure enough, Batman infects John and Lois with a kryptonite virus. Now, John has a lot of Kryptonian DNA in him, so kryptonite still affects him, not as much as his father, but still affects him. So John starts dying slowly, and Superman's trying to help him, and he's bleeding out of his eyes, and he's like, help, and Batman doesn't care. He's like, whatever, I'm the Joker now. I don't give a crap about you. And that's, like, to me, that just hurt. It hurt to watch. It's like watching you went so evil that you killed your best friend for no reason. Sorry, guys, I was looking at Crusher. So what I'm saying is, he's the worst one. But who does he answer to? Barbados. Barbados is the head honcho. He is this bat demon. And we're going to talk about him right after I let Crusher explain who his favorite evil dark Batman is and why. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Underworld, guys, and today I brought Crusher with me. So, what do you got to say?
Thank you for inviting me to your corner of the Underworld. It's a very much a privilege to be down here with all the nerd stuff, and it's actually a lot lighter than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't expect it sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, today, he's going to explain to us who his favorite evil Batman is.
Evil.
Out of the Dark Metal. I mean, there's more Batman than that, of course, but out of the Dark Metal series. So, take it away.
Exactly. So I'm going to show you my top 3 that I picked for my evil Batman. To show you guys, and I'm going to explain why I chose them, and then we're going to have some feedback from Zombie to actually tell me more of the history, because for me, I am not an avid reader. I read comic books, but I just don't keep up with them like I used to, and I really would like to, but that's why I have Zombie. He keeps up with them, like, religiously.
Like Wikipedia.
So if I have any questions, I go to him.
Anyone can edit what I say.
If you if you have any questions for Zombie, make sure to put in the comments down below what questions you have for, like, comic book related and all that stuff. He's really, really good at them. But we're going to jump right into it. My first one, so I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. So my third top evil Batman.
So, like, one's your favorite.
One's my favorite.
Your least favorite out of the 3. Okay,
yes.
Just clarify.
So we're going to do that. My least favorite, but third favorite of the 3 is the Batman Who Laughs. This Batman I thought was really cool just because he became Joker. I always loved a pretty much Batman that turned into the Joker, even though he went really evil, and that's why he's my third favorite and not my first, is because he went insanely evil. If he would have went Joker evil, I've been fine with, but he went insanely deep evil.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I chose him as my third, but I always loved a Batman-Joker combination. My second is the Red Death. The reason for that being, I like the struggle between good and evil, where there's Barry Allen inside of him, and there's Batman, where he's evil, he's becoming just not caring and all that. So there's always that divide on good and evil, And yes, he is controversial and all that stuff, but that's what makes him interesting. You don't know what he's going to do next. But I always liked it. It's unexpected.
Well, I mean, Flash is like one of your favorite DC superheroes, also. So
yes.
Kind of helps with you put Batman, like one of the coolest dark superheroes, with one of your favorites. So that's kind of like that makes sense.
Exactly. You hit it on the nail.
Yeah, I try.
You hit it on the coffin. You coffined it down. Like,
just we all float down here.
We all Pennywise. Yes. My first favorite is actually what he brought up earlier in the episode, is the Dawnbreaker. This one, Green Lantern, is pretty much my favorite DC. It's not universe. It's my DC, like people, corner, I guess. Yeah. Yes, I always loved all the Lanterns. I loved their backstories. I loved how they were made. I loved just all about the Lanterns. It's not just the Green Lanterns. The emotional spectrum. Yeah, it's just not the Green Lanterns that I like. It's pretty much the Lanterns that I like. That's why I always liked that. My favorite series was always it was the Darkest Night was or the Blackest Night. The Blackest Night. There it is. Yeah. It is always my favorite.
It's a great read.
Yes, we'll go over that in a future episode and all that. But that's my favorite. Not genre. It's my favorite event that happened. But that's why I chose my number one to be Dawnbreaker, is because I always liked the Green Lantern, and just to make a power ring come to you out of will, of anger and all that, and emotion going through you, is pretty wicked. It's really cool. It's not cool that what he did was like kill everybody, as Zombies told you earlier in the episode.
It's really it's messed up.
It's very messed
rough
up.
deaths too. It's not easy. Yeah, they like rip all the flesh off their bones and stuff. It's some dark shit, man.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But those are my top three evil Batman that I loved, and I loved reading, and I loved hearing about. Definitely put down in your comments below what you think your favorite ones are, or not think, what you know your favorite ones are. And definitely reach out to Zombie if you have any questions or anything. But is there anything else you want to ask me, or?
I would like to tell you some comics that you can read to expand on these characters.
Oh, excellent.
To get more, so like Metal is as you'll see her a little bit later in the episode, Metal has all these characters in it, but it's hard to focus on like 9 characters. So if you want more of a certain character, and some characters you don't know what happens to them, they just disappear because they want you to read the other storylines. They're like, oh, he's gone. Why is he gone? Read this.
So are you saying that with the Metal series, it's not one continuous Metal? It's actually like it goes through like Flash 192, Superman, or Batman 190 Blood. Is that what you're saying? Like,
so they kept it out of Batman. I cannot find where I put those. They are not here. Huh. That is weird. I could have sworn. You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna stand up real quick. I left them on my comic book box. I can see it right now. So what happened was, when Metal happened, they tried to introduce it as slow as possible. The reason for that is because it's kind of hard to just like, hey, guess what? Batman's gone. You know what I mean? So, a good example of that is you hold that, and then you hold that, because that's your 2 favorite right there.
Oh, there we go. So what he handed me was Battle of Hell Part 3, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps.
Okay.
Pretty much it's Dark Metal tie-ins. So, and then you gave me the Flash one. And it's tie-ins, and it's actually they're fighting both.
Put those on that pile right there, so I can explain those.
They both have normal Flash and normal Green Lantern fighting the evil Batman that are on there. So
one thing really cool. I would like to say about that: the end of the Dawnbreaker issue ties in with the Hal Jordan Green Lantern issue. So it explains what happens to Hal Jordan, because at the end of this, he kills Hal.
Oh wow!
Quotation marks.
Oh.
In this, you find out where Hal went.
Got you. So
it's a cool tie-in.
It's a good way to build.
It, but it helps.
That's cool. That's a cool way to build in onto the series and everything, and just make sure
put all
you're up to date and all that with that. But that was excellent.
And then also, I'm sorry, this popped in my head.
Perfect. Yeah, tell me.
The Batman Who Laughs has a 12-part miniseries, which is that name. It's the Batman Who Laughs. It focuses on the main universe Batman and the Batman Who Laughs fighting each other, and the Batman Who Laughs is trying to corrupt Bruce into becoming him. The thing about it is, the Batman Who Laughs finds it ironic and just stupid that he's not wanting to be on his side, like wanting to become him. So he goes in this whole series, really good, and then it's going to go into the Batman and Superman comic that just now came out at the time of making this video. So something to look forward to and something to get into. It's going to have some dark Joker versions of some superheroes. As we know yet is Supergirl, Shazam, and Blue Beetle. And they're not, as DC is saying, is they're not evil. They just don't have the same morals that they had. So it's going to be really cool to see where they go with, and that's something I would totally check out if you're interested in that. So
I'm excited. I'll definitely go check those out and everything.
Cool.
Thank you for having me on
No problem.
in your corner of the underworld and everything. I hope to join you in some other videos and everything.
Totally.
Just pop up as a little special guest and all
Yeah.
that. But excellent. I'm happy. And for you guys that are tuning in, gamers, keep gaming from me, but continue watching on to more of Zombie.
Thanks, Crusher. I appreciate it. Welcome back, guys, to the underworld of Crushing Games, and what we're doing is we're going to finish up this metal. Where are we? So, where we're going to go is we're going to go to the second metal issue, okay? Second metal issue, something happens to Batman. What happens? Barbados gets him. Oh, no. What do we do? What's going to happen? Where's all the superheroes? So what happens? These Batman start hunting down all the superheroes because they know these are my friends in my universe, and they got to go somewhere. I don't know where, but they're going to go. So they decide that we're going to hunt these characters down, and they do that. And so from Metal 2 to about 3, from 2 to 3, so 2 and 3, they hunt them down. And that's where you get your side comics like the Bats Out of Hell series, and you get your Resistance, which we'll get into the next video. But they hunt them down, and they lose. The superheroes lose. That's it. That's it, guys. That's it. Metal ends. DC's over. No, I'm kidding. They lose, quotation marks. A lot of characters like Dr. Fate step in and start protecting them because this ain't right. Why is a dark multiverse taking over one of the main multiverse characters, like the main multiverse hub, which is the main 52, one of the main 52 of the universe. So if you didn't know, the new 52 stands for 52 universes. Fun fact. The main DC universe is the hub. It's the heart. We need that. It used to be called the Prime. Then there's a whole fight about that. That's stupid. We're not going to get into that. Well, all we're going to get into is that this happens, and this sucks. The heroes are gone. Where are they? Everyone's freaking out because Barbados makes this gigantic machine that's absorbing dark energy and trying to open the portal into the dark multiverse. All of a sudden, dark multiverse versions of other superheroes start coming through, and they start attacking, and there's like 9,000 evil Robins that the Batman Who Laughs has made. And they start attacking the superheroes. And what do? Oh no, what's going on? Where's Batman? I don't know. And you won't know until next episode. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to hear more from me or Crusher or anybody that shows up on our channel, comment. Say, hey, I like that guy with the hair. Anything. Doesn't matter. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. I don't care. That's about it. So, thanks for joining me in the corner of the underworld that is Crushing Games. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.